Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife, and the man you just got done watching set tissue paper on fire from across the room using nothing more than some can-do attitude and chi powers went by the name of Dr. Feng. I say went by because he has passed away, but we'll get into that in a moment. Dr. Feng here not only practiced what he considered to be medicine, but he also claimed on his website that he's a Shaolin master of a martial art called Yi Jin Jing Qigong, which translates to muscle tendon changing classic or also muscle tendon transformation Qigong. However, I personally feel it would probably be way more appropriate if he said that he taught
充满骆驼尿的艺术
which translates to the art of being full of camel piss. I also would have accepted this,
屎块骗局
which translates into the way of the turd nugget fraud. But I digress. Now, you would think that a guy like the good doctor here who claims to be a master in martial arts would have some footage of himself doing martial arts. But as I'm sure you guessed by that setup I just gave you, there's nothing. That's right, I didn't find any footage whatsoever of him practicing martial arts at all. Nothing. But while I was researching, I did stumble across this story that was written by one of his students about a time that he was challenged to a fight. Story time! My Sifu is Master Jiang Feng, the 97th generation in our lineage. He is only 47 years old, but was chosen many years ago to be the Grand Master's successor. Among the disciples, he was not the most senior, but he had the most potential and the best aptitude. Many years ago, a top martial arts exponent challenged him to a duel. He refused, saying that his powers are only to be used for good. The man insulted him in hopes of making him angry enough to agree to fight. Finally, Sifu relented, but suggested the man fight one of his disciples first, and if he won, only then would Sifu accept his challenge. The man agreed. During the fight, Sifu's disciple jammed the opponent's energy system and then sent a massive bolt of chi that paralyzed him. He collapsed and upon recovering, paid homage to Sifu. That man never fully recovered from his injuries till today. Qigong masters can not only manipulate their own chi, but they can also manipulate other people's energy system. You cannot fight the Yi Jin Jing masters because they can shoot you with their key laser that burns. And when there is contact, they can zap you with intense chi that can kill. There is a lot of crazy to unpack in what was said in that story. But did you notice that in a story by one of his students about this master's martial arts prowess, that the master didn't do any martial arts at all? Like, not one punch, not one kick. I mean, hell, it's a story about his martial arts. At least throw in an elbow or a knee or something like that. But anyway, in that story, Dr. Feng's student talks about how Yi Jin Jing masters can shoot key lasers out of themselves and burn people. And while we don't have any footage of Dr. Feng actually performing any martial arts whatsoever, we do somehow actually have footage of him shooting chi lasers and burning somebody. Check it out.
Okay, don't near master because this is quite.
Tina is gonna burn a lot, so just stay, yeah? Just breathe and stay.
你告诉他啊，我打的时候啊，我打的时候叫他不要乱跑乱动啊。
So don't, even though a little bit pain, don't move.
Don't move.
Okay, just hold. You can from there. Она?
有吗？
Yes, do it. Okay.
The heat arrived.
看得到吗？
Okay, can you see that?
Did it burn?
看到吗？
It was heat. What did you feel?
Yes, it's
Heat.
burning,
Burning.
like fire, like.
Okay.
Did you notice something funny about that chi burn? That's right. The chi burn is oddly shaped like a thumb, as if right before the camera started, he had something on his thumb and pressed it against the person's skin, which created a chemical burn. Now, while that explanation is much more logical than shooting chi beams out of your hands, it's not nearly as fun. But you do have to give Dr. Feng just a little bit of credit here for what he's able to do. While he can't actually shoot chi out of his body and burn people from across the room, he is really good at convincing people that he can. Check this out.
随便什么报纸啊，你让开一点，上这个。看到了吗？啊？听清楚了吗？强攻辐射，就是你有乳癌，一打里面外面不怎么样，里面的
会有感觉痛楚，
当然会
会，
但是它是一种普通热啊，感觉到好像是一种火在烤啊，但是人没有出。
The people who watch him burn those pieces of paper are absolutely sold that this guy has actual chi powers. And the only reason they really believe this, though, is because that's how he pitched it and sold it to them. Had he said this is a magic trick, they would just go, oh, it's a magic trick, and wouldn't even think twice that this dude has any powers. But because they themselves cannot actually explain how he's doing it, they just automatically assume this is an honest dude and take his word for it that he has some type of supernatural abilities that he just simply doesn't have. That is manipulation. Dr. Feng has a few other parlor tricks up his sleeve as well. He also claims that he has the ability to move pieces of paper with just the power of his chi. Well, that's fun at parties. Speaking of party tricks, Dr. Feng also claims that he can make that boring old water you drank a blast in a glass by adding just a little chi to it, which makes it sweeter.
Shifu tried to fa chi into a bottle of plain water and change its properties.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. How is it? How is it? Very sweet. Like a cake?
That parlor trick, by the way, was also reiterated to be true in the article written by a student about the fight challenge. But now that you're done drinking your magical chi water, what do you do with the glass that it was in? I mean, you could simply go take it and put it in the sink or the dishwasher, but that's no fun. Master Feng has a solution here about that. Why don't we just make it explode with our chi powers?
Wow.
Magic. Now, most of those are just harmless parlor tricks, right? No harm, no foul, I guess. But there is one trick that he does that is absolutely harmful to his students and what he considers patients. You see, Dr. Feng here claims that he could actually cure diseases using nothing more than his chi. You see, he'll take the chi and he'll push all of the evil into one area, and then he extracts it with some type of a cupping method, and then he puts that in a bowl. And then he shows it to you, like, look at how gross this evil chi blood is. And it's obviously so coagulated at this point, most likely you put something in it, that it looks like it wouldn't even go through your body at all. It's clear nonsense. But When people have massive diseases that could kill them, they really want to believe in anything so that way they can hang on to the hope they get cured. This is why he's an evil piece of garbage. Then he does his magic chi treatment. Then the next day, magic your blood looks like blood. Well, because he didn't put anything in it and it just is regular blood. Doesn't mean he cured absolutely anything, but it fools people into thinking that maybe there was a hope for the cure of the disease. Oh, and to add to that, on his website, he actually claims he can cure any disease this way. That's insane. Now, in the article his student wrote about him, he claimed that he only uses his gifts for the power of good. But that's a load of crap, because he charges out of the nose for people to learn how to do this to other people instead of just giving it away for free and curing the world of all diseases. As a matter of fact, he was charging people $4,000 plus flight and food to be able to come and learn directly from him on how to cure these diseases. How many people took these classes and can now do the exact same thing? Nobody, because it's a load of crap. Now, currently, you're not able to go take classes from him because, as I spoke about earlier in this video, he's since passed away. He died right before he turned the age of 51. But the craziest part of this entire story isn't that he believes he can shoot magical chi and burn people or make things explode or cure cancer. None of that stuff is the craziest. The craziest part of all of this is how his death is explained by his students. Our beloved Shifu was passed away early that morning in China. It wasn't until after I arrived that I was told in detail what had happened. Shifu, in an effort to save a dying Chinese patient's life, pushed the chi too hard and deeply injured himself. Those who were there say he collapsed and passed away almost instantly, without the chance to speak a single word. The Western doctors are calling it a massive stroke. Let's unpack that. Actual doctors are saying that he died of a stroke, which is what a sane person would actually believe. His close inner circle, on the other hand, believes that he died in a selfless act of trying to save another person's life by pushing too much chi too hard, too soon, too fast out of his body, causing him to immediately die because of the chi, right? Well, that's oddly very similar to the story of how John Coffey used to get sick in the movie The Green Mile whenever he would try to cure people. But that is a movie, and those people are crazy if they actually believe that that's true. Time to give this guy some Dillmans. Now, I'm sure that there are people out there who are going to be upset that I'm doing this story about this guy now that he's passed away, but to be honest, I don't care. I would do the story even if he was alive today, because he has a lineage. There are students and people, I'm sure, who are devout, who followed him, and I'm sure probably followed the next person in that lineage. And if those people truly believed that this guy could do things like cure diseases with his chi powers, I'm sure that they probably are paying hand over fist money to learn from the next guy in line. So we might as well start talking about how this guy's full of crap and then eventually talk about the next guy in line as well. Clearly, this guy's getting 5 out of 5 Dillmans because he's doing very shady things with magical voodoo abilities, which is usually how you get 5 out of 5 Dillmans on this channel in the first place. While I did find it strange, I couldn't find anything about him actually doing martial arts. And I found it even stranger that he's doing these magical parlor tricks for people who want to believe that he has these abilities when he's just doing basic magic. But the thing that I found sickening is that he's taking advantage of people in the most vulnerable state in their lives where they may be potentially dying of a disease, looking for some sort of hope to cling on to that they may survive. And here comes this guy with his hand out, taking money from them just so that way he can perform a magic trick and make them believe things are going to get better when they're not going to. That, in my opinion, is probably one of the worst things that you could do to somebody who's on their deathbed, is taking advantage of their hope and asking for money in exchange for a lie. This brings us to the question of the day, brought to you by Academy Safe. Now, Academy Safe is an organization looking to clean up the martial arts industry one school at a time by asking them to step up their game. Since there are no regulatory bodies in the martial arts industry, and you do not need to get background checks, CPR certification, Safe Sport certification, none of that to start a martial arts school in the United States, Safe Sport is trying to showcase the schools that go above and beyond by getting those things done. So, if you're looking for a martial arts academy that is on the up and up, they've gotten background checks, they've gotten some type of credentials in terms of Safe Sport, cameras on site, you got to check out Academy Safe. doing great things out there. Now, I just got done talking about how I think one of the worst things that somebody can do in the martial arts industry with these magic chi powers is take advantage of sick people by stealing their money and lying to them. I think that's a terrible thing to do, but that's my opinion. I'm actually curious what your opinion is. What do you think, over the years of me covering all these stories or your own personal experiences, is the worst thing that a martial arts con man or fraud can do to a student? I look forward to reading your comments in the comment sections below. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, memberships. And by the way, everybody who is an actual paying member of this allows me to continue to do stories about martial arts rapists and frauds. I really appreciate that because almost all of those stories get demonetized immediately, so it makes it very difficult to keep pumping those out. But because of you guys out there, thank you so much. You allow me to continue to do that. So as always, keep the martial arts legit.
My baby got robbed the other day by degenerates. So she wanted to learn some new form of this self-defense. So she did her research and perused it online and found this dude said he could move shit with his mind. He call himself Seafood Paul Zimmerman. He got a dojo with a strip mall near Cinnabon. Now she spends all day trying to break